you know that in December, Christmas is going to be here. You know it's coming, and that's that. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about whether it will show up or not. It is going to happen. Christmas is going to be here on the 25th of December. So you may be stressing about time, you may be worried and fearful that it's not going to happen. And what that is your mind is clinging on to what it can see. It has a bias, and it's reminding you of all of the reasons that this probably won't happen or may not happen, or it's niggling at you. It's an uncomfortable state. We don't want it. So what do we do in order to change that energy? We start getting excited about it. We know what we want. If we change, honestly, if you can change your feeling state from thinking this is never going to happen and feeling the lack to excitement, it will happen so bloody fast. So think of what does excite you. This is how I used to do this. So when I was younger, my brother used to come into my bedroom about 5 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve, because we, be really excited about Christmas, and we wouldn't be allowed to open our presents, our stockings, until a bit later than that. But he would just come in and we would just chat and everything, and then we would open our stockings together. And it was just really exciting when you're young and you believe in Father Christmas and you're closing your eyes tight when you can hear your dad coming in thinking it's Father Christmas. All of that was really exciting to me back then. I loved Christmas. I still love Christmas, actually. I love the lead up to Christmas. So all that time feels nice. It's an exciting time. There's a lot going on. That's what you're looking at doing. You're looking at changing the energy that you have around this manifestation. So if Christmas used to excite you when you were young and still does now, it doesn't have to now, but if you can get that feeling of it back when you were younger, find that feeling, find how it felt, and bring that exact feeling in when you're thinking about your manifestation. It's going to come what may. It is coming. The only thing that's holding it off is you and your stress about time, and you're worrying it's not going to happen, and you're worrying it's not going to happen, but your lack of it. You're feeling the lack of it. So we're going to change that lack to a feeling of excitement. Oh, I can't wait. When's it? I don't know when this is going to come. This is so exciting because I just don't know when it's going to come, and it's going to come when I least expect it. That's how I think about these things. I actually get kind of excited about it and optimistic but around the fact that I don't know when it's going to happen, and I build something positive around that. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's exciting because I don't know when it's going to happen. It's going to happen when I least expect it. And then I make sure that my subconscious mind knows that this needs to be out of my conscious awareness at least 50% of the time. I mean, for me now, this works so well, and I go way more than 50% of the time. But it's a good thing to work with because your rational mind will accept that. So I do that in conjunction with this, so that I'm not thinking about it all of the time. I'm doing other things, really enjoying other things, not thinking about it at all. It's not a splinter there. It's not a little niggle. It's gone completely. So it doesn't exist to me at least 50% of the time of my waking hours. So that is what I do every single time. If I know that there's something that I'm thinking about too much for my own good, that's what I'll do. But having an excited feeling and building that feeling of it's more for me excitement than optimism. Because then you are expecting it. When you get excited about something that you know is going to happen, you expect it to happen. That is not a negative expectation. It's expecting it is so different than expectation. It's a different thing. And you start to actually expect it, but you're not expecting it. You don't know when it's going to happen. You don't know when it's going to happen, but you are sort of expecting it, and you do that through that feeling of excitement. So you're changing your energy on the subject. So what is your energy at the moment? Is it lack? Probably, if you're here. So really feel it, really feel the lack, and then think, what did I used to get really excited about? If you don't get excited about anything now, you would have done when you were a child. Some things would have got you like that. What can I go back to? Bring that feeling in now and feel that feeling around this manifestation. Can I feel it? It may not last for very long, but if you can, then awesome. Then you just keep going back to it and keep doing it until you notice that feeling of lack is really, really less. It's maybe got down to about 30% or even maybe less than that. To be honest, providing it's not in your conscious awareness at least 50% of the time, then that's kind of enough. That's all that you have to do. But if you combine it with the excitement feeling, the exciting feeling where you do start actually expecting it, that is what will really propel it, will thrust you into that timeline, and you will experience it way sooner. But it is something you need to practice. It is something you need to keep doing. Like, you can transmute energy. I don't actually know if transmute is a word, but I think it is. So you can transmute energy from one thing to another, because that's what you do all of the time anyway. You throw a perspective on something and then you change the energy. So imagine all energy is neutral. You come along, you chuck a perspective on it, and it bends into the shape that you've just made it. Well, what if you were to change your perspective? You would change the shape of that energy. It would be something different. Once it's something different, you have to see something different in 3D reality, but you have to feel it. So feeling this so changing that feeling of the lack into excitement is most definitely going to change things. It's going to probably change a lot of things in your reality. Your 3D reality is part of the system, let's say. Part of the system, the responsive system that's responding to you all of the time. So if you give it something different to respond to, it has to respond differently, because it doesn't even know. It won't go, oh, but you felt like that just a minute ago. No, it's responding in the moment to everything going on with you in the moment. So I'm going to keep this really short, because that's all this is really. Changing your energy is as simple as it gets. And if you bring it back to simple and stop worrying about all of the intricate little bits and things that you think you have to change before you can get this, just start messing around with it a bit more. So in summary, the more you change that energy to an excitement, the more you will actually start expecting it. And the more I find now that my mind is starting to accept it as well, really. So I do sort of expect what I want. I mean, I didn't used to, and it definitely hasn't held me back at all, I must say that. But I do find now that there's like some real momentum when I want something. I really feel it, and it does feel like that runaway train. It really does. And then my mind actually pretty much does believe it's going to happen now, but that's happened naturally. That's not something you can force. It happens gradually over time, and I think a lot of that is to do with the way I look at things, the perspective I put on things, and the way I'm able to, I still feel the lack sometimes, but the way I'm able to change that feeling of lack to one of excitement, because I can feel whatever I want in any given moment. I can decide to bring in a feeling of excitement, and I can do it, and maybe it won't last very long, but I can do it. And then maybe next time it'll last a bit longer, or maybe it won't, but I can still do it every time, as you will be able to do it if you practice doing that. It's a feeling of, so find that feeling of excitement and find it from a past event, because it's so much easier to do it like that. You will have felt excited about something at some point in your life, I'm sure you will have done. So bring in that feeling and then attach it to this thing that you want and just feel it. And then don't worry when that feeling goes, it's fine, it's gone. You'll probably get a feeling of lack again at some point. Do it again. Just keep doing it. The more you do it, the less you will feel the lack. But if you do it and combine it with asking your subconscious to make it so this is not in your conscious awareness at least 50% of the time, that is where, for me, the success I think really came in, was those two things together. Hope this was useful. I mean, I've been asked by a couple of clients to make more of these videos. I've got a real thing about technique videos. I don't really like making them because I don't want people to think it's all about the technique, because it isn't. But I think I explained that quite well in my last train one, that actually it's not about the technique, it's about what that technique does for you. So I don't think that I need to hold back from doing that. Again, this is not really a technique, it's just something I do all of the time. You could call it a method, you could call it a technique, but really it's just adapting how you're looking at things. So whilst you're feeling the lack of something, you decide to feel something different, because you know that feeling something different will give you a different result. But you may have to do it quite a lot. You may not have to. You may find, oh my God, this really works for me. Just imagine, just that excited feeling is enough to really propel you into the timeline that you want to experience.